time has come for the Jamaica men's national team to perform for the people. It is already known that the squad has been announced, and based on the eye test, it looks quite decent. However, let's not underestimate the opposition teams because knowing football, the ball is round. So let's put in the hard work. Let's rep the colors of Jamaica in fine style. 1, 2, 3, let's go. It will not be the green or the orange. That will determine where the Jamaica men's national team will end up at the end of the third and final round of the World Cup qualification stage. Because based on understanding, politics causes division. So, I mean, I would say let's put on the Jamaican colors and talk some football. Greetings and welcome to another episode of Premier 7, everyone. I am your host, Ryan Nelson, presenting to you today a video of importance. As you can see on the screen, Jamaica's preferred 11 for World Cup qualifiers, time come to perform for the nation. The reason why you're seeing me back on screen is because I wanted to ensure that I have purchased my Jamaican jersey. Now, people, I just want to say that I am here to talk about my preferred 11 for the national team into the third round of the World Cup qualifications. So, I mean, I may not be right or correct on all things. That is the reason why the fans, such as you, are here to, share your own opinion. But before I dive into the 11, I just want to say that I have done a video in recent days speaking about Bailey Kadamadri. And the topic states, shocker, Bailey Kadamadri picked for Jamaica World Cup qualifying squad. So far, 2.7k views, 108 likes. But I believe that things will continue to spike in that case or grow. But I just want to say thanks to all of the supporters, whether subscribed or not, in paying attention to that video. But I want to point something out. People, Premier 7 is never going to be the platform that will be biased, because I will not specifically point out anyone who commented about the title that I have used, but I will just give you guys the benefit of the doubt, seeing that emotions sometimes get the best of us. I am not against Bailey Kadamadri. I shared my opinion on the player and on the team so that you can have your opinion. And my opinion, I think it makes sense, seeing that it was not one that is biased. Now, moving away from that, people, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and do me a favor and subscribe. If you are already a subscriber, then you know what to do. So this is the point that I want for you people to pay keen attention to, and let's not use our emotions to make bad decisions. So we now know that in the Unity Cup, Jamaica went out with a 4-3-3 formation. It is not the only formation that Jamaica will utilize, but knowing that our national team has performed well with this formation, one that the coach do prefers as well, and it shows that our team can perform well with this formation, I will go for that one based on my own personal preference. Now, the formation speaks, but the players and the system is what will make us believe and applaud the coach or applaud the players for performing well enough for the country. Because, I mean, I will not stop talking about how important it is for Jamaica to qualify. You all know how important it is. So let's just dive into the importance of this segment and, get the players on screen. In goal, I mean, if you were paying attention to the national team's announced squad, you would have seen that our captain and Andre Blake will not be there. So for me, Waite should be the man in goal. My reason for this is because he has a track record of performance. He has proven himself times and times again as a player that can represent Jamaica in tough conditions, even when we don't have the best backline, even when we don't have the best team going forward. Jamalai Waite is a player that has always been the second option to an Andre Blake, not one that I think will always be in question as to should he be the man to represent Jamaica, but it is always said, or most times said, that he is the likely player to replace an Andre Blake. So for me, in goal, it has to be a Jamal Waite. The back four you're seeing here, and let me just drift to the right back position. Now we can understand that new players have been a part of the squad, and some persons would say, I will not select Wan Bikisa for the right back. I would have selected maybe a Ian Free, and some persons would choose otherwise by giving Kyle Duncan the position. But I mean, for me personally, I have seen Lembikisa played several times at the right back position, and he has many experience playing there. He still needs to improve in various departments, but why throwing aside a player that has been proven to represent the national team at a level of satisfaction? I mean, you would have also wanted for him to be replaced by other players like Max Aarons or for me, a Dujon Sterling, but those guys are unavailable. So it has to be the man himself in a Lembikisa. Fair enough. Now, I think the back two is a no-brainer if all goes well for these players. Holgate has proven to me that he is capable enough to play in the back two for Jamaica. A player that many persons see before he comes to Jamaica has been reckless, has been risky. Yes, he can play in different position, but he is a player that I don't want to say is a walking red card. That's what some persons would claim that Damian Lowe is, but it has to be a case that composure is key. And Holgate in several games for Jamaica has proven himself to be that safeguard. And beside him, if all goes well for Ethan Pinnock, he has to be the man to represent Jamaica. Is he injured? If he's injured, then it has to be Richard King. But for me, it has to be an Ethan Pinnock. The balance is there. Left footer, right footer, one being more aggressive, one being more composed. Those guys understand football at the highest level. They have represented themselves not only internationally, but at clubs in the Premier League, Brentford and Everton respectively, and they have proven themselves to be players who wants to rep the Jamaican colors, wants to do well, not want to be the ones who will not turn up, but the ones that once available, they will play. And I think this partnership is one that may not be for the future, but one that I think that Jamaica can look into to represent in terms of safety and in terms of proper decision makings. But definitely on the bench, it has to be Richard King, and I think for me, or even others, the man in a Damian Lowe. Now, beside them, it has to be Bell in the left back position. It is a no-brainer, no question. This guy has proven himself times and times again to represent Jamaica. playing as the captain as well when our captain has not been there. So he's a proven track record, has to be one of those players who is not vocally loud, annoying, disruptive, but one who is composed, calm, ready to represent Jamaica long before and has been delivering for the team even under pressure. Now, the midfield is where the game is won and lost, and I have to say then that without no doubt in the back four, we are comfortable, I would say, based on my statistical analysis. Is it statistical analysis? No, but based on my own observation from the eye test and knowledge on the players. No, the midfield is where the game is won and lost, has been said before. We have to be careful how we go about in selecting these players. Is this a question for the DM role? This guy has gotten himself a move to a team in the championship. I mean, it has to be an Isaac Hayden. Should I talk about how important Isaac Hayden is? I don't need to reiterate. It is a no-brainer. This guy reads the game quite well. Now he's playing in the championship. Now he's ready to represent Jamaica. He's not injured. I think that is what caused him not to play in the Gold Cup. But now is the time for him to come and represent. And his name is listed in the squad. That shows you how much the coach believes in this guy. Now, for the CM, on the right-hand side, Jamaica love this guy. I love to watch this play as well. It has to be Jonathan Russell. He has scored goals for Jamaica before. He has represented himself well playing for Barnsley. He has played and scored goals. He has played and assist. He has understood his position. He can play in different position as well, in a different formation. He's a responsible player. He's a respectable player. He's a professional. Why change a Jonathan Russell? Now, this area will be key. And for me, sometimes this player can play here. Sometimes this player can play here. But this is where he's going to play. Jamaica people. Mothersill is a man. Why should I put Malik Mothersill here? Because based on his history playing football, he's a player who can collect the ball quite well. I won't say deep line, but he can run the midfield as an aggressive player in terms of final passes, in terms of decision making to score goals. Am I hyping the player? No. I am talking based on eye test. I am talking based on observation. And not only myself is only the person who will talk about this player, but guess what? He deserves a chance. Bobby Reid is not there. I mean, the squad is now mixed with youngsters and elderly players, not old players, but those who are higher in age. Malik Mothersill is the man that Jamaica should give a chance. People, we're going into World Cup. The player has committed himself long before he got his Jamaican passport. Give him the chance to play for Jamaica. Coach Steve McLaren, I'm asking you, along with Rudolph Speed and the other staffs of the camp, give this guy a chance to play. If it is not going to be in the midfield, it has to be on the left wing. But I think that this guy is a man who should play in this area, in the space. He's good in tight spaces. He knows to pocket opposition players. He knows to swift. He knows to dance. He knows to pass. He knows how to finish. Still need time to grow as a youngster, but I mean, who else would you place right here? Demarai Gray is injured based on recent news. Who would you put here as the left winger? Come on, people. Tyrese Campbell. I ensure to spell out the name so that you guys can see that that is the first part of the name to be spelled. But I am using the last names here, so I will work with the last name for Tyrese Campbell. Not given much chance for the national team. However, he's playing there in the championship. One who is a very good talent. We worked very hard to get him in. I won't say me, but those persons who are behind the scene working for Jamaica, the JFF and other persons who are helping the team to get the players right now. Let's give this guy another chance. Mothersill deserve a chance. Campbell as well deserve a massive chance. We're not seeing Cephas in the squad. He would have been there on the left wing end. But no Cephas, give Campbell the chance. And I'm hoping that my preferred 11 is looked into and will go for by the Jamaica selectors. I mean, Kaim Dixon is on good form. He has done well for Jamaica over the years. He's young, but he's always repping the colors for Jamaica. This guy bleeds Jamaica. This guy should be one of the faces of Jamaica. Performing well, on good form, never drop his guard, even when he's underperforming. If all goes well for this guy, he will be one of Jamaica's top players. Will he pass Luton Shelton's record? I'm not sure, but this guy is a different player. Decision making needs to be worked on regardless, but he's improving. And I think the coach loves this guy. He's back into the squad. Give him a chance to run at players, to cross the ball, to provide opportunities, to defend, assist. Give this youngster a chance. We cannot sabotage our youths and use unfairness, using politics to biasly select the squad. So pick this guy in a Kaim Dixon to represent the national team. Now, people, this is the era that you will somewhat bam rush me with, but the thing is, we should not just pick players based on name. We should pick players based on performance. We should pick players based on system, based on how well they can assist the team to go forward. Is it a Antonio? Is it a Kadamaji? Is it a Warner Brown? The track record has proven that this guy, for me, has played for Jamaica quite well, scored goals, has represented himself as a personal professional. Warner Brown, for me, not because I'm Jamaican, but based on that, the fact that I have sit down and watched the games with this guy played. Warner Brown to me starts against Bermuda on Friday. If he underperforms, get Kadamaji on the pitch. Why not Antonio? Because I don't think Antonio should start. Kadamaji or this guy in a Warner Brown. Warner Brown is a proven track record. I mean, let's be real, people. Our players will have good and they will have bad games. For me, it has to be a Warner Brown. He has proven himself times and times again in qualification games for Jamaica. He has been a player who believes that he can do well for Jamaica, and that is the reason why we should not push him aside, because if the squad is being announced and he wasn't there, I think it would be a biased thing. Shamar Nicholson is also on the bench. I would give Shamar Nicholson even the edge over Mikel Antonio because he has been performing in Mexico. He found himself a squad. I don't want to pick team based on players being veterans, but Antonio is not a player that you can write off. So people, enough is enough. Enough is enough in terms of talking about the squad. Look at it again. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that the team that I have given above is what you would go for? I mean, remember, it is Jamaica's preferred 11 for World Cup qualifiers. Time come to perform for the nation. People, remember, the aim is to reach to 3,000 subscribers, and I believe that with your support, Premier 7 will be one that will continue to be a voice for Jamaica. It is time for me to go. It is time for Jamaica to not disappoint, but to make it our second term in the FIFA Men's World Cup. So people, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for commenting as well on the video, because without the comments, without the likes, without the subscription, obviously the video will not be thrown out there by YouTube. And again, I am Jamaican. I am not a slack person. So I decided to rep the colors. I'm back because I have my jersey finally. So I'm out until then.